your album, the Blue Water.
Blue Water album, yeah.
Blue Water.
That's
Yeah, you can find that on Spotify and Apple Music and all that stuff.
YouTube even.
Find that on my Spotify list.
Well,
right
me
now.
too. Fantastic. Do you write most of the music, or do you guys collaborate on?
I do, but
everything?
she's a very good songwriter too, and we're trying to get her to write more because she has some great songs. But yeah, I've written most of the stuff on Blue Water.
And how long have y'all been together?
The three of us have been doing this for about 7 years, and she's been with us almost 4 now, right?
Yeah.
November will be 4 years.
Time flies, so we're really
Yeah, she turned 21. She was with us.
yeah on stage with us.
On stage, yeah.
I thought you were going to say when she was 12. So young.
So I love the diversity of the different generations, and the sound is just so beautiful the way you guys harmonize.
And the music we play is like diverse too. We'll play Aretha Franklin to Taylor Swift and everything in between. So
Oh, they do Blank Space.
Some of our favorites,
Some
right?
of our favorites.
We
yes.
have lots of favorites. So what's next? You've been in the studio recently?
yeah, we've been trying to get the next recording session done, and we've been slowly getting it done. Actually, she just finished up some vocals last night for an EP we're doing called Calawea.
Calawea. And is this your next album?
It will be, yes. So we're working on it now, and hopefully we're making progress now. We're in the final stages, getting the harmonies
Should
and
be out this year for sure.
yeah.
Later this year. I love the vibe. How would you describe the style? It's so eclectic.
How would you describe the style?
I would say a little
Yeah, that is a very
islandy.
good question.
I would say a little island vibe, but there's still like a modern feel, but there's also a little retro-y.
It's like James Taylor meets Carlos Santana meets Jimmy Buffett, but so much better.
Okay.
We've either had
So good.
some references about Steely Dan too.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah. We get a little
Steely
bit jazzy, right?
Not every song has that islandy kind of vibe like that last one.
Mhm.
So
Mhm. There you
Seriously,
go.
it's such an escape feeling. It's such
Right.
a vacation vibe, and it represents the best of Tampa Bay music.
Right. And stay tuned for the next little event at Outerbands.
That's
Yeah.
right.
We played Outerbands every month, so we're looking forward to
Oh,
getting back there.
perfect.
Yep.
And you know, a good thing about their stage, they got a nice brick wall stage that you play against, and there's no TVs behind you.
Oh, that's
So you
even
can
better.
focus on the band, which is it works.
Only the best.
Only the best.
Only
yeah.
the best
Absolutely.
from our chef Peter and Grassolino.
I'm going to talk to Veronica a little bit about how she.
Hello. Hey, girl.
You know, we heard that we found out that they were trolling the school playground and found you as a singer, and you know,
Yeah.
I
that's-
don't think
that's what happened.
We're not going to spread that rumor.
No,
I'm
we're
just
not gonna spread it.
kidding. I'm just teasing.
So the way that everyone always asks me, like, how did you get in this band? They usually think that Rick is my dad or someone else if it's not Rick. But actually,
They're taking bets.
they were actually looking for a singer, and I had a friend in a band who knew that they were looking for a singer, and they just gave me a heads up, and I auditioned, and they liked what I was doing, I guess.
Yes.
So
And
talented.
we kind of we really got along like really well right from the beginning. They didn't treat me like a little kid that doesn't know anything. They always treated me with respect, and like my voice matters just as much. So it's my favorite part of
Yeah.
being in this band.
it's got to be, it's got to. Everybody has different opinions, right? It's difficult, right? And I remember when Veronica first came for the first practice. You were.
I was really
She,
scared.
I can tell she had glasses on. And you just looked not scared, but very, very shy. But then when she sang, though,
No confidence.
But you really you nailed it right from the beginning, and we just knew right then and there, just within the first 5 minutes, that it would work out. Even though she had to get over some of her shyness, and she's doing great with it, though. I mean,
What is your background before?
I would just since I could talk, I would just sing all the time, and then I learned guitar from YouTube, and I was like around 8 because my dad knew how to play guitar. I really wanted to be like him, and then I started making YouTube videos, covers on YouTube. That was really my thing. Before them, I never really performed in front of like a real audience. But it's turned out pretty fun, and yeah, I really like doing it.
This is going to be fun to take a deep dive on your YouTube. So who was your favorite to cover, like when you were a kid?
My favorite to cover, I really loved like Disney singers like Miley Cyrus and Demi Lovato. Taylor Swift was kind of not on Disney, but in the same like,
Mhm. Some of
Yeah.
our favorites too, Paulee.
Yes, some of our favorites. And you play guitar also.
I do play guitar, not when we all perform as a 4-piece. We actually also sometimes perform as a 3-piece and a duo, where I play more acoustic guitar and we do more things like Taylor Swift and still some classic hits like Nancy Sinatra, like things like that. So
Yeah, that piques my interest. I really want to hear you sing that.
yeah.
Especially with the boots you're wearing. You got your,
Exactly.
All right,
Love
you
it.
would be doing the dancing for
Okay,
that.
no problem. That's right down my alley. Can't sing to save my life, but I can dance.
Okay.
So, and how about you guys? Now, Steve on the bass, so talented. My
Thank you.
goodness, what is your background? Have you been doing this all your life? It seems like
pretty
from
much,
watching you.
since I was about 9. But there's baby pictures of me holding the guitar. So, and I think it looked pretty natural. So, yeah. No, I've, just had a great time, great experiences. Played on the road a bit. Played with some of the doo-wop bands, the Marcells and the Drifters, and a couple. I would back some of those folks up when they came into town.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up right outside of Philadelphia, suburbs of Philadelphia. I was born in Brooklyn, but grew up in Philadelphia, and then I've lived most of my life in Pittsburgh, in the Pittsburgh area. And that's a great music town too. Of course, Philly,
sports
Mhm.
town,
you know,
too.
but yeah, that's a really great music town. Donnie Iris and folks
yeah.
like that.
Great
B.
stuff.
Taylor, yeah. But I've been here for 7 years, and again, Rick was probably one of the first people I met when I came to Clearwater.
So, how did the 60 West Band become together?
Yeah, well, we were playing with another vocalist at the time. She was trying to make it big in Nashville and went to college down there for
Right.
a little
It
bit.
turned out it wasn't
And
what
yeah,
she
right. So
expected. She came back and we found the replacement singer in between. And
2 or 3, but
2 or 3, yes.
yeah. So it was like, maybe once a year until we met Veronica. So Veronica, almost 4 years. So yeah, 3 years with the other singers.
Right. So I was surfing Craigslist one night. I wasn't in a band. I'm surfing Craigslist for whatever reason. I just looking at musicians monitored. Rick had an ad posted on Craigslist, and I just responded to it. And he replied, shortly after that. And he's like, "Where do you live?" I said, "I live in Palm Harbor." He goes, I said, "I live in Palm Harbor." I live in, on this drive. He's like, "I live on that drive." I was like, it's literally right around the corner from each other.
That's
Lived
crazy.
there for 10 years, before, I don't know how long he's lived there. I think I've lived there longer.
Wow.
But, and so he's my neighbor. And so that's how Rick and I met up. And then he already knew Steve, and we just started rehearsing, and it led us to Veronica. And that's how.
How did the sound develop? It's such a unique vibe.
Well,
Was it always
I mean,
this, or is there something that came about?
It's acoustic, pop, whatever you want to call it. What in top 40
Well,
music is
yeah,
what we play in the bars mostly.
Rick years ago was, kind of wild, long hair.
He was
playing-
he was in the band Corella DeVille out in Los
80s
Angeles.
metal band.
Yes,
Yeah,
an 80
yeah.
hair metal band,
So-
and they were really doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, playing all the clubs in LA.
One of those Sunset Strip bands.
Yeah, so I
Oh,
guess
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Troubadour and all that.
He
but-
could do all the wow.
Yeah.
But to see pictures of him
Wailing.
with a black electric guitar,
Yeah.
just wailing away, to now he's just playing this Martin acoustic, and he has a lot of effects pedals where he's getting like the organ sounds. If you listen to some of our tracks, you'll hear like organ stuff, some horns. Although we do have some real horns on the takes, yeah. But yeah, so that just evolved, and then we kind of picked music around that a little bit, and then his originals, really just kind of evolved. I think our sound in general.
Yeah.
We do covers obviously, but some of the covers we do and we kind of take in and do it our
We
way.
make them our own.
Ain't
Yeah,
No
we
Sunshine.
have to.
Veronica
because-
does a great version of that, and it's not going to sound like Bill Withers. It's going to sound like 60 West.
Yeah.
You guys sound amazing live. This is a band you definitely want to hear live. Thanks so much for coming in studio today. We're going to have you guys back for another session real soon.
Thank
That
you.
would be great.
Thanks
That would be amazing.
to our
Yeah.
lovely host
Yeah.
here, and I also want to thank Peter from Outerbands for this slot.
Lovely Italian restaurant on Main Street in Safety Harbor.
That's
Yeah.
right. One of our favorites.
That last one's actually written about my kid's baby doll.
I was going to ask you where that name came
I was
from.
like, is this an island in Hawaii
Her
that I
name
don't
was-
know about?